Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on X-Men. X-Men 97, the trailer has dropped. What can we possibly learn from it? Well, I'm learning more about stuff online than the actual trailer. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Look at this. I didn't see this in the first time I watched the trailer. Inside Mutant Fashion Show. What's that resemble? What's that look like to you? Kind of looks like a little bit of a drag queen deal, doesn't it? I think that's what they're going for. Look, everybody's blowing up about the X-Men 97 cartoon today because they announced, I don't know if they meant to announce it, but someone figured out that the showrunners, first off, they have Morph in it. I thought Morph was dead. I guess he didn't die or he came back. Nobody stays dead in comics, but they've announced that he's non-binary, everybody. I know you were very, very excited to hear that because what's more important to a cartoon about adventure and action than knowing the sexual preferences of one of the characters constantly? Like, these people, as someone said on Twitter, can't help themselves. They're on constant mode to push this. Pushing the message again and again, especially in cartoons, which used to be aimed at children. I don't know how X-Men 97 is even aimed at children at this point. Yes and no? There's no line anymore. There's nothing for kids. You shouldn't allow your kids to watch TV or anything on the internet. Everything kids watch, read, should be curated closely, I would say. Would I watch this? What are you, out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Look, I remember when this came out. Chris Claremont was complaining about it. Mostly, I think, because he wasn't really getting a paycheck out of it, and he should have. Chris Claremont, Disney should drive the money truck to Chris Claremont's house and dump a bunch of money on him until he says, all right, that's enough. He made the X-Men. That's all there is to it. He didn't create them, although he created some of the characters. But the comic wasn't doing well until Chris Claremont got on it for 20 years and made it an institution in comic books. And this cartoon wouldn't exist without him. That's a bottom line. The absolute bottom line. Everything in this cartoon that makes it good, in my view, 100% Chris Claremont. And it was already a progressive message to begin with. That's the amazing part about it. They're wrecking their own progressive message in this. Oh, I gotta have a non-binary character. Why? Why? To sow further division amongst the X-Men who were already outcast? It was all a big metaphor about racism in America? Oh, no. We gotta go further. It's not enough. No. Pronouns have to be in there too. You morons. So, is this gonna be good? I don't think there's any chance in hell it will live up to the romanticized delusions of the fanboys who desperately want the X-Men back. Guys, I understand. I don't share your enthusiasm, although I was an X-Men fan. I read Claremont back in the 80s. I picked up a comic one day and I said, oh, let me check out this X-Men thing. And I read it and I was like, wow, this is really good. I gotta start reading this. And I started reading it from then on until I got bored with it in the 90s when the Image guys came in and amped everything up, and Claremont was let go, I guess, because of his low numbers or whatever. Oh, we need a change. Change isn't always good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. Claremont should still be writing the X-Men as far as I'm concerned. He did a good job. Of course, people are going to get tired of it once in a while, but tipping the apple cart and saying, oh, we're starting all over, isn't always the move. Sometimes you just gotta say to your talent, like Chris Claremont. Hey, Chris, mix things up a little bit. He's capable. He's very capable. Um, but this cartoon, it ended on a cliffhanger, which I didn't remember because I didn't watch it that faithfully. I think I saw a few episodes. It was eh. I think what really sells this thing is the music. Yeah, I think the music really sold it. It's got a good hook. But it ended on a cliffhanger with Charles Xavier dying, if you don't remember. I guess I don't remember that either. But so it was kind of a big cliffhanger not to finish the story, but that was still the brilliance of comic books from that era. Like Claremont was kind of one of the last old time guys, really, or at least he aped the old time guys from the '60s. Everything was a cliffhanger. Everything was a soap opera. This was a soap opera, and he combined a bunch of stuff from, he fixed, for instance, Rogue of the X-Men, right? Rogue was a villain, and then she killed Captain Marvel and absorbed all the powers and memories, and then she became good because Carol Danvers was good, was the implication. They don't talk about that anymore because they can't, because Carol Danvers is back and they made it all confusing and stupid. They got to hire another guy like Claremont to fix everything. Will they? I doubt it. I doubt it. At this point, I mean, half the X-Men are having sex with the other half in the comics, from what I understand. And Morph, the guy they're making non-binary, wasn't even in the X-Men. He was a character basically made for the cartoon to kill off, and then I guess they brought him back. I don't know. I didn't watch it that close. Bishop was one of the newer guys they threw in, I guess, later, because he was a hot character back in the 90s, the hot X-Men, along with Rogue and Gambit. I mean, this was kind of the heyday. But, is this going to be good? It'll be nostalgia bait, which is what seemingly Disney is only capable of mining. They're apparently not capable of hiring any talent anymore. They're only capable of mining the past and then ruining it for, I don't know, big numbers. I mean, like, who's gonna buy Disney Plus just to see this? Are some of you? Get your brain checked at this point. How much more evidence do you need that they couldn't possibly not screw this up at this point, in my view? How it's not going to be as good. It just can't. Even if they did it right, you'd probably go, that was kind of close. I mean, it was mostly there. They haven't followed the comic books up to now. You think they're going to start following them now? I don't think they will. I mean, this is just the stuff that's leaked out. Oh, Morph's non-binary, everybody. That's just the stuff they said, oh, we can let that leak. That makes sense. He's a shape changer. It's the other stuff. Yeah, they ain't going to leak that. Because the outrage gets them clicks. The clicks, does it get them money? I don't know. Might get them money in the stock market, I guess. At least that used to be a thing with Marvel when Marvel had its own stock. I mean, Disney, I don't know if it's boosting Disney. Anyway, they're laying the groundwork to put the movies out at some point, so maybe they're just laying the groundwork to say, oh, yeah, now we're going to put out the real X-Men, the real woke guys. Oh, they're all having sex with each other, and their gender's very confused, and, this is all really about trans people. I mean, they'll put all the trans characters. They have a trans team of superheroes at Marvel, right? Completely trans, top to bottom. They've already done weird things with Wolverine. With this, they connected him to the non-binary character in some weird way. Oh, they have a friendship. What does that mean? What does that mean when you've already got him in a throuple with Cyclops and Jean Grey? You want to talk about fanfic? Jesus, man, that's fanfic, 100%. This kind of stuff was percolating in the background of fandom for decades, but it was in the background. People knew about it. People would look at it and kind of roll their eyes and go, "Ah, come on. Come on, you're going to do that, you weirdo." I don't think there's any chance this is going to be good. I don't think you should support it anyway. It's a Disney production. It's Disney Plus. Why would you support this? After all they've done, if you're a Marvel fan, after all they've done to the Marvel characters, now you're going to support. Oh, now they're going to turn it around. Uh-huh. Yeah, you think they've learned their lesson? And understand, this was developed a couple of years ago at least. So this was developed back in 2021 when we were still in the pandemic mode. You trust Disney then? You trust Disney? After all the videos that have come out from Iger and all his minions talking about this bizarre messaging on gender and gender and gender and gender and their politics and their gender and gender, you really trust them? Not me. Wouldn't give you 10 cents for this. I almost didn't make the video because I didn't want to give them that much oxygen. Here's the write-up. Marvel Animation's X-Men 97, an all-new series, arrives March 20th on Disney+. So you got to have Disney Plus to see it, I assume. Back in the old days, they would have put this on ABC. Probably would have been prime time. It's so popular. You know, so I guess if you already have Disney Plus, again, I don't know why you would have Disney Plus. But guess you might as well watch it if you're paying them the money anyway. I think it'll probably start okay and then slowly kind of degenerate. Probably they'll go right into the that storyline where they all take an island and start their own nation. Probably goes right into that. Looks like it's going into the storyline where Magneto takes over for the X-Men. I was reading it during that era. It wasn't particularly good. Nah. A lot of making villains into good guys kind of stuff that never really flew for me. You know, when you start blurring those lines in comic books, first off, I get it. Oh, some of the villains are really cool. Yeah, they're cool because they're evil. They're not cool because they're good guys. The good guys are supposed to be cool. And there's a way to make that happen when you write stuff, but those days are long behind us. Now we only have shades of gray, or shades of gender in this case. So good luck, fanboys. I'm out. Couldn't be more out. Anything coming out of Disney. Why even support this? Support some indie stuff. Seriously. I'm not just talking about me, but there's plenty of other stuff out there. It's new. It's different. You know, even if it's not that good, you can at least be surprised at the ending, or when you don't have gender stuff jammed down your throat. How about that? Anyhow, that's just my rant. And that's it for me, Tony D. and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say, take it. I will be doing a live stream this Sunday at 7. Don't miss it. If you don't like what I say here, you can yell at me on the live stream. Won't cost you anything. All right, we'll see you in the next one.